A new experiment in GTA 5. Today we have 5 ramps, and each time the angle of the ramp becomes bigger and bigger. From the smallest to the most gigantic ramp! Be sure to watch until the end, like the video, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new experiments. Hi guys! As always, it's me, your favorite little penguin, Koki. And this is a new video with ramps where we'll find out which car can fly across the entire map using unusual ramps. Let me remind you that today we have different ramps with inclines of 10, 15, 30, 45, and 90 degrees. We're going to use these today to try to fly across the whole GTA 5th map. And we've also prepared the most unusual collections of cars, which include bikes, unique vehicles, supercars, off-roaders, fast supercars, and the most overpowered cars. So make sure to watch the video until the end, leave a like, and of course, let me know in the comments which of these cars you think will make it all the way to the finish today. So I suggest we start with the smallest ramp, which is 10 degrees, and begin with this kind of bike. Well, actually this isn't a bike, it's more like a real monster truck. Honestly, it looks really unusual, and all we need to do is, first of all, get up to maximum speed and launch ourselves as high as possible, all the way to the finish. 1, 2, 3, let's go! And you, right now, scroll down and smash that like button. 150, 200 already, 250, come on, come on, come on! Whoa! Bikes can also iron! Come on! Perfect! Just so you know, I'm not accelerating, I'm not braking or accelerating. However far the bike goes, that's the result we'll count. Look, 500 meters! Seriously? Only 500 meters? That's only half. Seriously? Well, okay, half. I thought it would be a lot more. Alright, it's just the first car and the first ramp. Let's keep going. Alright, 500 meters is actually pretty good, but we're moving on to the next challenge. And next up, making its appearance right here on the very first ramp, is a mini spaceship right now. Oh, what is that? It looks like a mini airplane or a mini rocket. Well, anyway, once again, we need to hit maximum speed, and this vehicle feels much faster, so I really hope that we can make it and reach the finish line. The most important thing is that today, the ramp with the most cars making it to the finish line is the winner. Come on, land on the wheels. Perfect. Alright, now let's head to the finish. Come on, come on, come on, come on. The speed is gradually dropping, and something tells me that we definitely won't make it to the finish line. Yeah, 480! Here's 500, not even halfway. Damn, that's disappointing. Alright, let's keep going. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just take a look at our absolutely amazing next car. Here it is. I'm 100% sure, well, okay, 99.9% sure that it'll make it to the finish line because it's a Ferrari. Granted, it's a little old, but it's very fast and very expensive, so I suggest we go for maximum speed, accelerate, and fly straight to the finish. 450 kilometers per hour. Seriously. That was great! Please, just land on the wheels! No! Well, we almost landed on the wheels, though we did break the bumper, and now the Ferrari isn't really a Ferrari anymore. But still, come on, come on, come on! 800! Damn, we almost made it to 800! We managed to fly about 790 meters! Just a little bit short. I could already see the finish line, but luck wasn't on our side. Not today, apparently. Alright, alright, alright. Now, these are off-road vehicles. Of course, we won't be able to reach the same speed as the Ferrari, but I'm sure this ride will still show who's boss here. And it even lights up. Just look at that. A really cool car. Let's get up to maximum speed and go. 6 wheels. Actually, even 8, since we have 2 spares. And let's hope this car makes it to the finish line. Come on. On the wheels, flip over. Come on. Whoa. Great jump. Come on, come on, come on. Get on the wheels and let's go. On the wheels. Well, almost landed right on the wheels. Ha. The car fell apart halfway and covered exactly 640 meters. Damn, I was hoping for more. But actually, that's the second place for today so far. Let's go get the next car. And here, by the way, we've got a supercar from the future. Seriously, look, on the first level, we've got these bikes. The second level is some unusual cars. The third level is sports cars. The fourth level is off-road vehicles. The fifth, supercars. And the sixth, those are real cheat cars. So I suggest we quickly test this supercar, which accelerates to 550 kilometers per hour. But unfortunately, are you serious? Are you serious? I don't even know how to comment on this, but we drove exactly 450 meters. That's the worst result. Even though it's a supercar, I'm really disappointed. Let's just move on. Well, okay, a cheat car is definitely a cheat car. But what is a Bell-Ass doing here? Excuse me, but what exactly is this? Who actually came up with this idea? What kind of genius? It's just incredible. Well, okay, if it's a cheat car, it should have some kind of super ability. What and why? Look, it just takes off and pops a wheelie. It's very fast, but because it's so heavy, unfortunately, I think 200 meters is the maximum distance we can cover. Well, yes, 180. A whole 180 meters. Although for such a beast, that's just an incredible result. 180 meters. Congratulations. But unfortunately, this is the worst result. Alright, guys. We're moving on to a tougher ramp. 15 degrees, exactly 5 degrees steeper. And the first car from the collection is a jet-powered, wheelchair. Let's see what it's capable of. All we need to do is pick up some speed and go. We can activate the turbo booster right in midair. So perfect smooth acceleration, let's go. The most important thing is to reach the finish, By the way, I can't activate the booster anymore. It's still on, of course, but that would be against the rules because I could easily just activate it like this and we could easily make it to the finish. But that would be unfair. So this wheelchair covers 480 meters. It stopped somewhere around 500. That's why I think this is fair, because activating the turbo booster would be 100% unfair. So we leave our wheelchair here and head off to get the next car. Anyway, it wouldn't have made it to the finish line. Okay, let's keep going. And next up is the sports car, the ultimate in speed and style. If on the next level, we're expecting a genuine, fully functional toilet, then here, what we have is Formula 1 racing. Almost a Formula 1 car from the past, I would say. But that's no big deal, as they say. We just go full speed, and our goal, no matter what car we're in, is to make it all the way to the finish line. And this car flies really well. All we need is to land on the wheels and make it to the finish. Come on, no, come on! Perfect, right on the wheels and we're rolling. Come on, keep rolling, little car. No! Look how really incredibly close the finish is. We were literally just 100 meters short. That was just really so sad. But I'm sure the next car will definitely make it, for sure. Why? Because this car has really big wheels and it actually looks really unusual. This is a real muscle car. Although, by the way, I just thought about it. We actually have 5 ramps today. If the first ramp is too small, the second ramp is perfect, just like the third one. But the 4th and 5th ramps are already way too high. At 90 degrees, the ramp will almost launch us into space, not for distance. Bruh. Oops, sorry. So, where was I? I think the most ideal ramps are the green and the blue ones. Those are the ones where absolutely the most cars will make it to the finish line today, without a doubt. What do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments. Or maybe you actually think that the first ramp will have the most cars reach the finish line. Seriously? Wait, hold on. I went a little overboard. How did that happen? I didn't even have time to notice. But that's the first car to reach the finish line today. Splash! Okay, let's move on. It's time for the SUVs. But this SUV isn't ordinary. It's military and it even has a minigun. But there's one big but. Since it's military and armored, it's going to be very heavy. So I think driving it through will be quite problematic. But we'll try our best. Let's go! It's kind of really unusual, but whoa, on its wheels. Come on! Darn it, almost, come on, get on your wheels and go! Well, yeah, it almost made it almost halfway through. Alright, I think we can safely count 490 meters for this off-roader. So, there's just a little bit left. And next up is the supercar McLaren. Here, I'm 100% sure, okay, not 99, but 100% sure that this car will make it to the finish line. At this speed of 700 kilometers per hour, I truly believe it's been unmistakably clear for quite a considerable amount of time now that we're at the finish. We could have flown through 2 more of these tracks, but that was easy. That was just easy. And now the second car from the green ramp is reaching the finish line. That's 100% a good sign. Whoa. And this is a real Lambo, complete with Velcro tires. Although, honestly, I think the Velcro probably won't really help us much here. On the stairs, the Velcro works perfectly, just as expected. But here, honestly, I really don't know. Although maybe because of the big wheels, it will actually help a lot. Come on, please, make it to the finish. Just a little bit more. Come on. I believe in you, please. That's it, stop, enough. Woohoo! Seriously? Because of the big wheels, our car made it to the finish. Now I understand why these cars are actually kind of cheating. The bigger the wheels, the easier it is to reach the finish. Because the car really works like a bouncy ball. So, this is already the 3rd vehicle. Now we're heading to the blue ramp. Alright, the blue ramp is up next. And let's start perhaps with a bike. It's actually a little bit damaged already, but I don't think that's a problem at all. The most important thing is that bikes can iron, and by the way, it seems really fast. we pick up maximum speed accelerating. How much is that? Almost 300 kilometers per hour? That's insane. And all we need to do is glide perfectly. Okay. Whoa, come on. Looks like that's it. Here you can just slow down and simply fall. We're rolling along super easily. Whoa, braking! And the very first bike from the blue collection is already reaching the finish line. I think this is going to be the most perfect ramp. Let's go test it. Although, right here I actually started to have doubts. Is this a toilet on wheels? Seriously? Yeah, it's a real toilet on wheels. And I don't think it's going to pick up much speed at all. 200 kilometers per hour, 230, that's the maximum. And the most important thing is not to flip over in such a toilet, otherwise it would be really bad. Let's go! Ta-da! A perfect landing, in my opinion. Just bravo! 200 meters is an awesome result. Honestly, for a toilet on wheels, that's the best possible outcome. It even flew farther than the Bel Air. That's amazing. Whoa! And just look at this sports classic. It really looks impressive. And it's a convertible too. A James Bond convertible, I'd say probably. It really does look very similar. Granted, there are no miniguns, no rockets, but that's okay. The most important thing is to make it to the finish line. 1 and 2 and 3. Takeoff point. No grill. Interesting. How did James Bond's car have it? It had some kind of super abilities like that. I think this one doesn't have anything. And we're landing right on the roof. Perfect. Just perfect. The main thing is to close the door. That's right. Okay, we were just a little short of 500 meters, but that's no big deal. Let's go after the next car. Now it's time for SUVs. One notable downside of SUVs is, as a matter of fact, actually their weight. This is because SUVs are usually much heavier than regular cars. So we're going to accelerate as much as possible right now and try to fly across the whole map. I feel like we won't really make it because the top speed was around 300 kilometers per hour and the car is very heavy, but it lands on its wheels. Maybe that'll help us? Come on. Yes, we beat the previous car. That's already much better. That's much better. Come on, 600 meters and, well, 600. All right, 620. 620 is the maximum for this car. Honestly, I thought it would be less, but we got lucky and made it 620 meters. Wow. Just look at this incredible car. I mean, really, what is this? What kind of stunning, breathtaking goddess is this exactly? This is a truly stunning Porsche 911. Oh, why is it so astonishingly fast, I wonder? Seriously, I mean, how does it manage to go this quickly? All right, whoa, just take it easy, all right? How do you accelerate in this thing? It starts swerving from side to side. Looks like the stability control is off too. Okay, let's speed up, carefully. No! This is what happens if you drive really fast without stabilization. In general, very fast if you drive. So don't race. Even if you race on a bicycle, don't race on a scooter, and especially don't race in a car. Otherwise, this could happen. The car is really fast. It's completely uncontrollable. I think there's some kind of third one here. There is. It's actually really tough. But unfortunately, because of its super speed, it flies the shortest distance. Only 180 meters. All right. And what's this helicopter doing here? Is this really a Lamborghini helicopter? What kind of brilliant, innovative genius came up with a vehicle like this, an incredible vehicle like this one? This is just insane. All right, let's fly. Wait, stop. Are you serious? Just on a helicopter. This has to be a joke. Impossible. How? How is this even for real? We're just taking the helicopter and flying across the entire map. Well, that was honestly about as easy as it gets. Man, it's really such a shame that only 2 cars managed to make it to the finish line on the blue ramp today. And for now, the green ramp is in the lead. But I think we still have enough cars to eventually overtake the green ramp, hopefully. So we're leaving the blue Lambo right here and heading to the next ramp. So what's next? We have the purple level right here, which, as you can see, is carefully positioned at precisely a 40-degree angle. This should be really awesome, because 40 degrees is just a bit steeper than the previous one. And maybe this ramp will turn out to be the most perfect one. Let's find out right now. We're starting off with this 4-wheeled bike. We pick up speed, and all we need to do is glide. Glide. Oh, it's not quite working out. Why? Because we have 4 wheels and oh, it's working. Look, almost perfect. No, we're falling. Come on, please. Glide. No! I can't press the gas, but I hope we'll make it. Come on, we have to roll to the finish. There's just a little bit left. Please, keep rolling. No! Are you serious? Come on, no, stop. This has to be a joke. Seriously? 990 meters. There it is, you see. It's within arm's reach. Can we push it? Hey, please! Well, just a little bit, like this. It won't budge. Ah, damn. Whoa! And, what kind of machine is this? It looks really, really cool. I mean, just amazing. It's a Ford, a really old Ford, but it actually looks like a tow truck. It really looks like a tow truck. All it's missing is a hook, and we could be towing cars today. 500 kilometers per hour. Are you kidding? How is that possible? That's impossible. How could you accelerate to 500 kilometers per hour in this car? This is insane. But unfortunately, because it's so heavy, we only make it about 450 meters, no more. That's a real shame. The car is actually really cool. Alright, let's keep going. Now this is more interesting. This is a Dodge Challenger, and in my opinion, this is the fastest and one of the most dangerous cars, one of the fastest and at the same time, one of the most dangerous cars. It has rear-wheel drive and can easily skid, well, at 800 kilometers per hour. I think this is the fastest car so far today. Look, I think there's a 300% chance that this car is the winner. I can't even see the other cars at the finish line. That's how high we're flying. Well, congratulations. We already have one car on the purple ramp. Okay, SUVs are, of course, quite interesting. But this is also an SUV limousine, mind you, actually equipped with powerful miniguns. And in fact, as you can see, it can actually jump as well. Seriously? Well, alright, okay, let's hit top speed, miniguns forward. Though, to be honest, they won't really help us much. Let's use the jump and just try, at the very least, try to reach the finish because this car is really heavy and that's going to be quite a problem. But we flew at least 400 meters and landed on our wheels. But look, it just stopped in a second because of its weight and went exactly as far as the previous Ford. That's disappointing, but expected. But here's what I think is absolutely expected. This Mercedes will definitely make it to the finish line. And by the way, we have every chance, unfortunately not to get ahead, but at least to match the green ramp because we have this kind of Mercedes and a Lego Bugatti with a turbo booster. So what do I suggest? We take the maximum speed, 700 kilometers per hour. We don't even need more than that. Right now, we're going to fly over the finish line again. Oh, come on. Once again, we just take off and fly away. Well, okay, at least that's better than not making it. And that's already the second car on the purple ramp. And the guest of the show is the Bugatti with a turbo booster. Granted, it's made out of Lego and it's not exactly an original Bugatti, but I think that's fine. We just activate the boost, accelerate 500 kilometers per hour, even 600. Oops, I think we don't even need the boost. We're flying over the finish line again anyway. Seriously? I suggest a new tactic. Since we're overshooting, we need to come back. New challenge. Activating the boost. Come on. Fly. Did it actually work? Almost. Come on. Come on. Perfect landing, ladies. Woohoo. Now that's definitely worth a like. Why so sad? What happened to the car? Well, it's okay. Nothing serious. This is the third car on the purple ramp. So far, the green and purple are tied, but now we're heading to the red one to see who will be the winner today. Alright, here we've got a three-wheeled bike waiting for us. The only downside of this bike is that it's probably not gonna make it gliding all the way to the finish. But we'll try, we'll definitely give it a try. By the way, this is the red ramp at a 90-degree angle, so it's positioned almost completely upright. And well, yeah, that's definitely a problem. The cars really do fly straight up. The farthest we can go is... Oh, wait, okay. I thought it would be 200 meters, but we landed perfectly on the wheels and rolled all the way to 300. Now that's much better. Although I was expecting even more, at least 500. Alright then, let's go get the next car. The Sports Classic has arrived. Now this one actually looks really interesting. I really hope this car actually turns out to be fast too, so we can definitely launch it all the way to the finish line at the end. Yeah, launch it, because this ramp just throws us into space. Look, 400 kilometers per hour. But, oh, actually not bad. If only it were a bit lower, about 70 degrees, then I would have flown perfectly to the finish. On the previous ramp, at 40 degrees, I would have made it to the finish too. But since this red ramp launches us straight up, I only fly about 500, 700 meters. I've already passed 500, 500, 600, 700, even 800. But at 900, we'll stop and the car won't go further. So the big downside of this red ramp is 880 meters. What does that mean? It means we need a more powerful car. There isn't one like that here yet. Although this is a Dodge Challenger, the same one we had that made it to the finish. Only this is the SRT version, which should be even cooler, but there is just one but. This is an off-road car. It's considered an off-road car because of those huge tracks. So honestly, I can't even imagine what's waiting for us. but we're going to try our best to accelerate and reach the finish. Let's go! I really absolutely believe we can do it, but the ramp just launches us straight into space. If we need to fly forward, we're flying upward, and that's not exactly what we need. But oh well, 450, come on, 450. 450! Not bad, overall not bad, but I thought it would be better. Woo! Now that's a real G-Wagon, almost. Alright, it's a Neva. Let's just see what it's really capable of doing. Honestly, I really don't think this car is actually supposed to be very fast, but still, what? 600 kilometers per hour? Is this some kind of airplane engine or something? Weird. Just look at that. Seriously? It literally flew into space. The most important thing now is to land perfectly on the wheels. Looks like we're managing to do it. Come on, right to the finish, right at the finish line. A little to the left, just a bit. I'm flying a little to the left. Watch out! And that can only mean one thing, that today, at the red level, we have every chance to also get 3 cars because we still have the Lambo and one of the flying Lambos left. So, we'll have at least 2 cars for sure. I suggest we keep a bit of intrigue here since this Lambo isn't the flying one. Let's first test out the cheater Lambo because I think it's pretty obvious to everyone that this is a Lambo and it's not exactly ordinary. This is a flying Lambo. Although it's missing... Wait, how do you start the propellers? They didn't bring in any aviation fuel. Come on, leave a like. Go on, leave it. 1 like equals a liter of aviation fuel, and you'll help me get this Lambo started. Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank you. You really helped a lot. Look. There. Sorry. I miscalculated a little. There we go. That's it. Let's go. There. Please move aside. You're blocking our takeoff. And let's begin. Whoa. This Lambo is actually really hard to control. Alright, we'll try to use our ramp and... Oh! That ramp really launched us well! Alright, that's all just jokes. This is actually a flying Lambo. We already had one like this today, but this one looks like some kind of quadcopter, while the previous one looked like a real helicopter. But still, this is also a flying Lambo, and it just as easily makes it straight to the finish. Although, it's already starting to smoke a little, probably overheated, but it's not a big deal. That's already the second car on the red level. Let's leave it here and go check how many cars we end up with on the red level today. Alright. And here's the last Lambo from the red collection. Actually, it's the last Lambo for today. In fact, the last car for today, I would say. And this is really the toughest challenge because now we'll find out if... Whoa! This car can match up to the 2 ramps. Damn, it's also really powerful, and I don't know how to control it. It's skidding really hard. Alright, let's pick up speed. A little left, a little right. No! Oh, come on! See, when the car is too powerful, problems start to happen, and... Unfortunately, today the red ramp can't compete with the green and blue ones, and this Lambo is just going to turn into a pile of metal. It's a real shame, but still, if you wrote in the comments that today the green and blue ramps would end up with the most cars, you're absolutely right. The green, wait, not green, the purple one. Exactly, I forgot. On the purple ramp, our bike almost made it to the finish, so it's fair to call the purple ramp the winner. Let me know what you think in the comments. Write in the comments which cars we should use in the next episode. And as always, it was me, your favorite little penguin, along with these massive ramps in GTA 5. See you next episode. Bye-bye. See you soon. Woohoo!